Before I left, I went to a friend's house. And it was like one of those last sleepovers before leaving to go to university. And her older sister was like, "Hey, Rina, you cannot go to university and you've not taken a drop of alcohol. Like, what is that?"
Switching to that mentality is a conversation we're going to come later on to have. But because you sound like you are, to drive my question, in university, the spirituality, are you going to church?
Oh, wow.
Are you still continuing? No, because the reason why I'm thinking this is because I'm just like, there's something that's ingrained in you that when I say vision, for me, vision and others are one. Vision is never for yourself, ever. So for you to be where you're at, there's a God thing that is ingrained in you. I'm like, in university, for me, that thing was nowhere in the building.
Okay, yeah. So my university is very colorful. I mean, I partied like mad. One of the things I didn't do is get drunk and, I didn't do drugs. I didn't do any of that. I didn't smoke.
Have you ever done drugs?
Never.
Nice.
I've never smoked a joint in my life.
Okay. Hey, again, you think drugs these days is joint, eh?
Oh, okay. There's all other kinds of things which I cannot even imagine.
You're on baby drugs.
I'm on baby drugs. No. I mean, of course, I drank alcohol, but not to the point of getting drunk.
In uni?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what is it that had built this foundation like
this?
So
I think before I left, I don't even know if I want to share this story because but anyway, let me just share it. Before I left, I went to a friend's house. And it was like one of those last sleepovers before leaving to go to university. And her older sister was like, "Hey, Rina, you cannot go to university and you've not taken a drop of alcohol. Like, what is that? Can you sit down?" So she went to the cabinets and brought us, I don't know, gin and some different kinds of alcohol. And said, "Sawa, this one is done like this one is done like this one is done like this." We're in their home. And I was like, "Sawa, let's do this thing." Let me tell you, that was the first and last time I have been drunk in my life.
What?
Yes. And the feeling that I had, Richie, again, like my dustbin story, I said, I will never. For saying things that are just chomokaing from my mouth, and I'm like, what did I just say? I just felt so vulnerable. And maybe
in a negative way.
In a negative way. I didn't feel safe.
Okay.
And I was safe. I mean, it was fun, but then again, it was scary. And I didn't feel safe. And so I said, again, this thing I'm never doing. So that was, for me, I've been there, done that, had the ticket, I'm not doing it again.
I wonder if your parents had an impact. I say, I don't smoke because my dad smoked.
Well, because your dad smoked. So it was, I don't know, for me.
Smoked, not smokes, yeah.
He smoked.
Yeah, he smoked.
My dad didn't smoke, didn't drink alcohol. My mom drank alcohol. But
also, when they would party, it's party without the alcohol.
My dad, yeah.
Okay, I get it. Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know. May I just believe there's somebody somewhere who's prayed for us.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah, because honestly, the grace of God.
Yes.
I mean, there are kids whose parents are pastors and the kids are druggies.
No.
So I can't.
I even take it back. Now when you've said it, I'm like, it's ni Mungu.
Yeah.
So in uni, do you though go to church?
So yes, I did go to church.
And was it of impact to your life?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I lived, I mean, you know how it is when I lived a double life. So I'd been church on Sunday, but Monday to Thursday, I'm in the club.
Okay.
I think the day that I realized, whoops, I need to slow down on this is I had an exam. We partied all night. I got back to my apartment at 6 in the morning and the exam was at 9. I had not slept and I blacked out during my exam. Where? And me, I don't feel exams, by the way.
No, you blacked out, slept, or you blacked out?
I slept.
During the exam?
During the exam.
Damn.
I know, right? It was a mess. I think I had to receipt that paper.
Yeah.
But that was it for me. I was just like, I have to be responsible also.
Okay.
So
you're thinking about your parents and paying fees,
right?
yes.
And the way they were struggling, I was just like, I can't do this story. So that for me, I didn't struggle through school because I worked hard, but I also played hard. But I just made sure that I sort of balanced that.
And I think life is about balance.
Yeah. But church was core for me. So moved from one church and went to a different church. And this second church was what impacted my life completely. That's why I now transformed. Completely. Like this other church was, it was nice. It was, big church, whatever. I didn't quite serve. It was fun. It was nice. But this other church was called Bible Way. And this church was amazing. It was like amazing. We'd,
still in first year or second year by now?
No,
third
probably
year?
In third year.
Okay.
Yeah. And this church had real Christians. I remember one of my friends tells me the story about how he went. They'd go out and they'd be praying, and he finds this homeless guy, as in homeless, has not showered for like months, in the street. He puts him in his car, drunk, takes him home. He had some kind of a cabin in his house, outside his house.
Wow.
Put him up there, cleaned him up. I saw him the first time I saw him, he was homeless, dirty, beard till I don't know where, stinking guy. And he then brought him to church. The dude transformed. He looked like a totally different human. And it was Christianity in action, basically. And those sort of experiences is what now made me realize, oh my gosh, I'm not a Christian. Rededicated my life to God.
Okay.
Went back to church properly. We'd spend Friday nights praying on the streets of Perth. There's a park called King's Park that was, high up, and you'd see the whole city from this high elevated park. And we'd pray for the city of Perth. My friends were all Australians who went to this church. Hey, let me tell you, I was like, wow, this is Christianity in action. And at that time, there's all this gay and lesbian sort of movement going on. We had the gay and lesbian Mardi Gras at this time, where they go on the streets and they parade. And so there's all of that was also happening, and we'd be all out, let's pray for this city, let's pray for this country. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Now,
so that was a turning point.
It was a turning point. So I plugged into this church. It was now time for me to come back home.
Just before you come back home, how long after going to Perth did you come home the first time? And how often did you used to come home? I
came home I think maybe it was 1.5 years before I came home the first time.
Okay.
But I came home every year after that.
Okay. And the reason why I asked that is, in your mind, you're thinking of coming back home. You're not thinking, okay, I'm going to get a job in Australia.
Oh, no. I was thinking about staying. I was torn. So this is now where I was going to tell you.
Okay, let's go.
So when I finished my degree...
Actually, let's not go there. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back. Change a few batteries. We're coming back in a few minutes.